of that, but I thought it was time for some culture in the programme, and there's an awful lot of it about. But there's no need to worry, because we're told the Arts Council are concerned about the needs of ordinary human beings, and you've only got to remember some of the art shows put on by the Council to see what they mean. Like a show by the man with the good old Scottish name of Paolozzi. Eduardo Paolozzi, he was in fact born in Edinburgh and made and sold ice cream until he found people would accept this sort of thing as art. It looks like a bathroom cupboard, and it is in fact a bathroom cupboard, full of the things you'd expect to find in a bathroom cupboard. There's only one difference between this and the one you've got at home. This one got its owner described in the Sunday Telegraph as a fascinated voyeur of iconographical potency rather than a spontaneous and abandoned participant in the act, which sounds very fair. But on the other hand, the Sunday Times says that work like this expresses the anxiety we all felt in the 1950s when it was done. Here's a closer view. I remember feeling fairly worried in the 1950s, but never quite as worried as that. This, by the way, is not somebody feeling worried. It's Paolozzi's idea of a bishop. Not many bishops about like this, of course, with so many things hanging from them, like water spouts and wheels. But Paolozzi has the good old Scottish point of view. You pay a lotzie, but you get a lotzie for your money. Art, as the Council say, for ordinary human beings. And compare it with the work they showed by a Los Angeles artist, Bruce Nauman. Some of us would still prefer a tiny etching by Rembrandt, but then you need a lot of room for some of this modern art. And don't make the mistake of thinking this side is the actual masterpiece. To appreciate it properly, you have to squeeze inside it. Only then do you get a feeling of what the artist was trying to say to you, a feeling of dizziness, blindness, asphyxiation, and general discomfort all at the same time. But one of the best Arts Council shows for ordinary human beings was one they sponsored for young British artists in their 20s. As you went in, there was a work of a young man, John Murphy, who won a scholarship to travel to France. He came back and he did this, which he calls a French village. Now, just look carefully here at the fine attention to detail. If he hadn't actually seen a French village, you wonder quite what sort of picture he might have done of it. And next to it, another French view. We know it's a French view because it's called La Vue, or The View. No need to go to France when our painters can bring back a view like this. And it was a British artist, incidentally, who hung his white paintings like this in a gallery with white walls. And if you couldn't see them, well, that was fine, because the catalogue told us the artist likes to think people might go into a room filled with his works without realising they're there at all. And then there was this work by a young architect, a grass-covered gramophone with a bunch of grapes sticking to it, in a grass-walled room with a grass-covered cocktail cabinet decorated with a banana. A grass-covered love cave, the artist called it. But he said when the exhibition this was displayed in was over, his artwork ceased to exist. And just one more here for lovers of landscapes, a tiny lawn on wheels with a dog's lead attached to it. So there you are, art that doesn't look like what it says it is, art that doesn't seem to be there even though it is, and art that doesn't exist when you move it. If you still prefer constables, you've only got to pick up the lead and take this one for a walk, and if you still prefer constables, at least two will turn up and carry you away screaming.